You just uploaded a video, it's been 6 hours and it got only 12 views. You're sitting there refreshing the analytics. I know this because when I uploaded my first video to this channel, it got only 9 views. But I was wrong. These 9 views were teaching me the most important lesson I ever gotten about YouTube growth. And if you still think that getting low views is really bad, you need to watch this lesson. My entire YouTube journey started by uploading YouTube shorts. I would take these small clips of interviews with rappers, I would edit them in CapCut and I would post them into my YouTube shorts page. And after a couple of days, I gotten 20k views, 30k views, and it was all super great. One day I wake up, I look at my channel and I can't find any videos. I look at my Gmail and I found a message that all of my content got copyrighted and my channel got deleted. So I decided to make a YouTube channel about self-improvement. So I started to upload my videos, record them, not script, and the videos will all flop. You know, I would get 12 views, 15 views, but then I thought to myself like, there must be a way to avoid this. So I started binge watching all of the YouTube growth content there is. I would watch these tutorials on how to make good thumbnails, how to write good scripts, how to get better hooks. And after time, I started getting more views. I started to get like 3k views per video, 2k views per video. But in that process of learning YouTube, I realized something. I realized that I didn't care about self-improvement. I cared about YouTube growth. I cared about the hooks, the script writing process, how to make thumbnails. That was what I cared about. So I decided to change it once again. And this time I became a YouTube scriptwriter. So I decided that I needed some clients. I would write a script for them, send it through email to them, and wait for the response. But there was one problem. Barely anybody responded to me. Sometimes people seen my emails and then I would look at their channel a week later and they would post nearly the same video I created for them, but just change a few things so it wasn't called stealing. And in that moment, once again, I thought I'm gonna give up because it was so hard. But then one day I sent a script to a guy, that name I cannot say, and I scored my first client. He had over 500k subscribers, and when I finally gotten that client, I thought to myself, this is where I made it, right? This is where I'm gonna start making money, where I'm gonna become popular. But that wasn't the case. I wrote a few videos for him, but then one day I wake up and I want to write a script for him. I look up his channel and it's nowhere to be found. Then I text him and he tells me that YouTube copy striked his channel. That was a big hit to me. So I was once again left with nothing. So I decided to make this channel. And here's where the most brutal lesson from this entire video comes. Because I prepared for this moment of starting the channel my entire scriptwriting journey. I would write scripts, I would have ideas, I would research my niche. You know, I knew everything about YouTube growth, so what could have gone wrong? I finally upload my first video. I look at the analytics, it shows me 2 views in the first hour, and I'm like, okay, this might be an accident, maybe something happened to the video. So I'm staring at it for 1 hour, for the second hour, for the third hour, and finally 5 hours into staring at the YouTube analytics straight, I got 9 views. And then I came into a realization. I'm a failure. I am a scriptwriting fraud that nobody could hire, because how could they hire me if I got 9 views? Then my video editor called me and he's like, bro, I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen to you because you always wanted to be the star from day one. And here is where the most important lesson about YouTube came from. YouTube algorithm works tricky. It really needs to figure out what your audience is, what your content is about, and it is going to take time. And you know what? When you focus yourself on the outputs of your content, how many views you got, how many likes you got, every video that fails proves that you're a failure. But when you focus yourself on the inputs, every video you post shows and proves that you are here to stay for the long run. I decided that I don't need to get thousands of views. I don't need to go super viral. All I need to do is be consistent. That's why I decided to create this 8-week rule. For 8 weeks straight, I post one video per week. No looking at analytics, no looking at views, no trying to figure out whether my thumbnail is bad, whether my hook is bad. All I have to do is post. And then after those 8 weeks, I can start analyzing. I can start seeing whether maybe that thumbnail didn't work, maybe that title was bad. But you know what comes first? Me posting videos, because that's the most important thing on YouTube. You are never going to make it from day one. You are never going to become that A player that just goes there, uploads one video and is now a star. It took Mr. Beast like 6 years to make it on YouTube. And imagine if he said after a couple of weeks, you know, I am not really built for this, I haven't gotten many views. His entire YouTube empire wouldn't ever be made. And we wouldn't know about the most legendary YouTuber of all time, which is Mr. Beast. And if it happened to Mr. Beast, it's going to happen to every small YouTuber. Start focusing on posting more. Start focusing on creating better scripts, creating better YouTube ideas, analyzing your thumbnails. But first, you must be consistent, because that's the only way that YouTube can favor your content. If you post one video per 2 months, of course that video is going to fail. YouTube doesn't know what your target audience is. YouTube doesn't know anything about your content. But if you put yourself through the process, and if you shoot one video per week, maybe one video per 2 weeks, finally you're going to start to figure it out. The most important thing is actually analyzing the creators out there on YouTube who already made it. That's why I made a full guide about Alex Hormozi that is going to help you figure out how to structure your content. So go here, watch this video, and stop focusing on your outputs. Start focusing on your inputs.